Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena. I'm the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos, and here on the channel we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking, all the things in between. I'm not going to talk about, well, yeah, I am, because here I go, about this mess on my desk. Just outside of the view here, there's all kinds of stuff happening on here, and it is on my nerves. But everywhere I look, I feel like I have another project to do. And so we're going to try to tackle that as I plan for the following week as well. So let's dive in. This is my A5 planner. I am using a Carpe Diem or Simple Stories ring bound in the A5. And then what I've done for my catch-all section is I started using at the beginning of a year an unbound Christian planner. These come in a book bound type planner or spiral, and I am using 2021s and just redating it. I thought it would be temporary, but here we are in August and I'm still using them. So it's been working out. If you want to see more on how this how the planner is set up and some of the things I really love about it, maybe check out some of my other plan with me's on here or the setup videos for here. There's quite a few. So for last week, I went ahead and just kind of I feel like a minimal maybe, and this is minimal for me, set up for it. And then I am going to dive in between here. We have these blank pages, and that's where I'm going to start to do some brain dumping that I clearly need because I have a lot of projects that I want to do. Actually, I'm not going to do it on there. I'm going to do it on this week here because this is after monthly. This is part of the monthly setup, and then these 2 blank pages. So this will be my monthly brain dump because some of it is not going to get done. It's not going to get done in 1 week. I like to put a monthly brain dump or intentions list or whatever you want to call it and have that set on here. So here is where I'm just going to start jotting down things. I don't like this pen though. I'm not going to use that one. Okay, so one of my favorite pens is this Pentel RSVP in the fine. It's like, I think they're literally like 2 for 99 cents or something like that, which is fantastic. But these are some of my favorite pens. I usually notch out my planner here so that I can pull it out that way. But what I'm going to do really quick is just write out a quick brain dump of things that I want to get done, just so I feel a little better and it's off of my mind and just on paper, right? So I'm going to go through that and get all this in. So things like clean the office, which entails organizing the desk, finishing. Okay, so now that I started putting some stuff down, I can already see that it's not as much. It is a lot of stuff, but it's not anything that, when it was in my head, it felt like there was so much that needed to be done and it all needed to be done right now. And now that I put it down, I'm like, no, everything is not as urgent as I thought it was. So these are just things that I like to do to get everything down on paper and out of my mind. So this will be my monthly brain dump, and I'm going to go ahead and leave a tab here for the monthly brain dump, and then I'm going to get another tab for my weekly down at the bottom here, so that I can continue to come back and check this list. So here is my weekly. What I've been doing is just redating. So I'm going to get the days of the week on here because I use the last year's calendar. I don't always have to actually redate the numbers, just the days of the week, and then it lines up well, and it gives me a Monday start because these calendars come as a Sunday start during the week. And for my weekly view, I like to have a Monday start. For my monthly view, I don't really mind if it is a Sunday start. Let me know if you're the same way, if you can flip-flop back and forth between your monthly and weekly. But for my weekly, I for sure like to have the Monday start. It just works better in my brain. So I'm going to get these down and then not be in such a rush that it's crazy like that. Okay, so now I have the days of the week down. I don't really have a rhyme or reason for this week either. I've kind of been going into all of my weeks that way, not really knowing design wise what I want to do. Like I don't have a kit that I've picked out or anything like that. I have these 2 old Happy Planner books that I've kind of been working my way through just to see if I could finish them. So maybe what I'll do is these kind of come, you see, in color coordinated 1 or 2 sheets here. And so I have a whole sheet here that's finished. There's something so satisfying about that. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll use one of these and just pull a couple from here and see if I can't make that work for the week. I think we have this like just 1 sheet of this black and gold. I almost finished the entire page of this. I just have some like little random ones and these tiny little ones and then like 1 line here. So I'm good with that, not getting it completely finished. I'm gonna look in here and see if there's anything else that I want to add, like maybe on the weekend. This one's cool. It says time to relax. That's for sure my weekend. And maybe this black and white one says today is the perfect day to be happy, so we'll put that down too. Oh, and then also for football fans, preseason has started, and so I went ahead and went online and printed out, they had a PDF version, and so I just printed it out on sticker paper, and then I'm just kind of fussy cutting them out. So I want to put our game times on there. Ours printed out Pacific Standard Time and I am Mountain Time. So I just need to fix that. I'm going to put, I think, a little bit of this extra, just a little tab maybe. I don't know. I think I cut it too big. Probably making this way more difficult than it needs to be. I could just write the correct time next to it. And then I kind of like this. Feels a little minimal to me because it is just, oh, I wanted to put something here to finish covering up the habit tracker as well. So I think these little kind of random ones in the corner will do, because I don't really know what else to, I guess you could use these as points like for a checklist, like instead of these, but I'm gonna kind of use them as decor. And that's it. That's how I'm gonna leave my week. I also wanted to add, I'm gonna put that back in, but I have a couple other things that I found on my printer when I came into the office that I was like, oh shoot, I want to be sure that I'm adding that in. So I'm gonna put this in. So I have this that I printed out from, on YouTube, I follow Julia Renee. She is a wellness pro, an IFBB pro for the wellness division. It's bodybuilding, and I really like following her for motivation. And so I was thinking I was going to cut this down, but I think what I will do instead is maybe leave it this way. And just hole punch it in and get it in because of the way that it printed out. I did scale it down a little bit, but if I cut it this way, I don't know that I want it landscape. I kind of like it this way and then fold it out. So it's okay if it comes in a little bit here. For me, that's not going to bug me too much. Oh, let me see on this mess though. What will bug me is not being able to find my hole puncher. Here we go. And for this, I'm gonna add this into my monthly view, or actually no, I'm gonna put it right in there with where I put the monthly brain dump. And then on my habit tracker here, she is calling this the Monarch Challenge. So I'm gonna write down right on here to see if I am doing the prompts. There are some prompts on here that I probably won't be doing, or I'll be tweaking for myself, where she has things like meditate. I will probably take some extra time to either journal or memorize a scripture, meditate on God's word, instead of in, I think, the form that she is using it as. But that's, I mean, I'm pretty sure that you can take this and use it however you see fit for yourself. So I'm gonna put this here where I had the brain dump and put that in, and then just fold it over so that I can be keeping along with it. And then it's set in my planner. The other thing that I wanted to get into my planner is I printed out our school year. This video, at the time that this Plan With Me video is coming out, I don't think the academic school year, I walked you through how I plan out our school year. So that video will be coming out. If you want to see that, make sure that you are subscribed and have the bell notification hit so you make sure that you don't miss that in all of your fun subscriptions. So I'm just going to cut that in half. This one I'm going to use for something else. I mentioned it in the video what that is. But and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to head over to my homeschool area. And I didn't really need to open that up, but that's okay. I'm going to use another sheet that I have here as a template to get this paper in. And now I have our school calendar in there, and yes, there was one more thing that was on my printer that needs to get in. I went online and we have been trying to garden, and I found this, I will try to remember where I found this because I don't think I have the website linked on here, but this was according to your zone, kind of what to do for the month for your gardening. I'm brand sinking new to gardening. I'm trying to just learn all the things and kind of self-teach through videos and online free trainings and asking around to anybody who will let me ask them. So I went online and I was just looking for something that we could print out. I think I printed this out 2 to a page so that I could get it into my planner. But you have different zones, and that tells you like what your planting will be like for your zone, because there's different weather and different patterns and different frost seasons and things like that that you want to pay attention to. So we are originally from California, and gardening in California is going to be very different than gardening in Utah, where now it snows. So we were in Southern California where we didn't experience snow. So just learning how and things that I need to do, and putting this, I want this in as a reference to have. So now I have all these in, and then I'm going to hole punch them, and I have in my planner a garden section as well. So I have this tab here for garden, and I've done a couple of different things like that. I will probably outgrow this section if I keep printing the way that I do, but this was another thing that I put in there that I printed off from Heirloom Organics, and again I printed it 2 to a page, and I just hole punched it in there, and then I just have some other helpful stuff that I printed. So I'm going to get this hole punched and put in too. Okay, so I just finished hole punching and making a bigger mess on the desk, but that's okay. This one I'm not going to notch out because I want it to last a little while longer in here, so I'm just going to leave it that way. So now I have this to reference, and hopefully that'll be of help too. And what I hope this will do is that monthly I can go in and take a look. So here we are in August, and take a look and see if there's any of these things that I need to be doing or can be doing just for reference, and I can add it to my monthly planner here, or my actual monthly layout if I want to do that. So that's in here too. And what I'm going to do weekly to help integrate some of this stuff is as I go in to plan for my week, I go into my monthly calendar and I take a look if there's any appointments or things that need to be transferred over here. And as of now, thankfully, I don't have any that need to be transferred over, except I know Sunday night we need to take the recycle out. That's what that little sign is for. So, but I have that to reference, and this is where I'll do like future planning most of the time if I don't have my week set up yet. So since there's nothing there that I need to transfer over, the next place I will go to is here where the monthly brain dump is. And if there's any of these things that I can fit in throughout the week, first what I'll do is probably put them on the side here, unless sometimes I will use this as a gratitude list, and then I will mark down, bring it into the week of the things that I think that I can get done. Same for this. This is the Monarch Challenge that I was saying is hosted by Julia Renee. So I'll just go in and see if I'm doing it and be able to mark it off in there. The other things that I like to track for my habits that I want to make sure I'm writing down is my workouts, water intake. I have been slowing down on my water. I'm just now starting to ramp back up my water and get it to where I used to be. So I've just been marking that down. And if there's anything else I want to track, I'll fill that in. But that's how I get my week set up and how I start to get prepped for the week ahead, making sure that I'm touching some of these other tabs and putting it in accordingly so that I don't lose track of the things that I want to be doing. And that's going to do it for me. I'm going to finish up here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and getting my planner put together for the following week. I really appreciate you spending your time and hanging out with me. If you haven't heard, please know that you are deeply and truly loved and so, so appreciated. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me.